Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks news pack for Tuesday, March 1st, as we are now in the beginning of March, as third month of 2022. And we're here, of course. You can follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. Subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as on the Area 51 Sports Net network.com as well, as we go through the news, hockey news of the day and things going on. We'll get into the games. The Flames are playing the Wild tonight. The Vancouver Canucks lost in the New Jersey Devils 7-2. We were live last night, post game after the New Jersey Devils and the Canucks. We talked about whether the Canucks should have started Halak. Some of the other things that are going on, the ups and downs of the Canucks, winning 7-1, losing 7-2, going into that. So you can find that there. We're live on Twitter as well. So check us out for that. And we'll get into some of the games here. And of course, at beginning of the month. So it will start with the 3 stars of the month here before we get into the games. And Mitch Marner is the first star of the month here. He is he had 9 goals, 14 assists, 23 points in 12 games. The Leafs went 7-4 in February, 7-4-1 in February, to and move into a tie for second place into the Atlantic Division here. So we've got that here. Just pull here as the Leafs are been on a roll course. They played last night. They have now won 3 in a row, and they are actually, don't look now at the Leafs, 1 point behind the Florida Panthers. So they are certainly on a roll there. The Panthers have lost 3 in a row. So Mitch Marner leading the way to be the first star. Second star is Jacob Markstrom from the Calgary Flames. Of course, he had a rough night against the Vancouver Canucks, but he went 8-1 with a 2-point goals against average and a 929 save percentage. The Flames went from fourth place to first place in the Pacific Division with that 10-1 February. He yielded 2 or fewer goals in 7 of his 10 outings. He got his league-leading 8th shutout of the season. He's 2 shy of the franchise record set by Mika Kiprusoff of 10. He made 46 saves against Toronto as well. Third star, Patrick Liney of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He, of course, tied with Marner with 9 goals, 3 game-winning goals in 10 outings. The Blue Jackets went 7-3 in February. He has an overall point streak of 11 contests dating back to January 27th. He had 3 multiple goal games in February, his 9th career hat trick, his 23rd career game-winning goal February 17th in Chicago. Got 2 other game-winning goals February 12th against Montreal, February 22nd versus Toronto, and so he has been on a roll. So Mitch Marner, number 1 star of the month. Jacob Markstrom, number 2, and Patrick Laine, number 3 star of the week. And in terms of the NHL Rookie of the Month, that is Jeremy Swayman of the Boston Bruins. He was 5 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie with a .960 save percentage, 2 shutouts, as the Bruins have moved into the number 1 spot in the wild card spot. He edged out Michael Bunting and Montreal Canadiens' Cole Caulfield, as well as Red Wings defenseman Maurice Seider and Matt Boldy were also into consideration there as well. So getting into the games of the National Hockey League, there are a total of 7 games in the National Hockey League. The Flames are playing tonight against the Minnesota Wild. According to Pat Steinberg, the was an optional skate this morning, but they also, there's some other news with the Flames we'll touch on as well. But the optional skate this morning, Oliver Shillington has made the trip to Minnesota, and it's expected that Jacob Markstrom will start. Confirm lead check lineup at warmup. Cam Talbot expecting to start for the Minnesota Wild. Of course, the Flames knocked them off on Saturday with the 7-3 victory. The Flames come in with the record 31-14-6. As mentioned, 68 points has them in first place, 3 points against the loss head of the LA Kings. The Wild, 31-16-3, 65 points, are sitting in third place in the Central Division. They've lost 3 straight games. In terms of other games going on in the National Hockey League right now, it's or tonight, we've got the Ottawa Senators taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. As mentioned, the Lightning are sitting and tied for second, just 1 point behind the Florida Panthers, but they've won 4 in a row. Senators, of course, are well back in the playoff position here. We had the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Philadelphia Flyers, and bad news for the Oilers as Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has returned to Edmonton. Head coach Jay Woodcroft has noted that Nugent-Hopkins is more week to week than day to day with an upper body injury. So that is some long-term bad news for the Oilers. The New Jersey Devils are back in action tonight. They're playing the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Devils have, of course, they're at 43 points. Columbus are kind of creep their way back into this playoff race a little bit, but they've lost 2 in a row. The Carolina Hurricanes are taking on the Detroit Red Wings. The Hurricanes, first place in not only the Metropolitan Division, they are also first place in the Eastern Conference. And Montreal Canadiens are taking on the Winnipeg Jets. The Jets are sitting at 55 points. It's 6 points out of out of the second wild card spot. The New York Islanders are taking on the Colorado Avalanche, and we've got the Avalanche working here. They've won 3 in a row and are first place in the Central Division. Boston continuing their role in California. They're coming off a 7-0 win yesterday in Los Angeles, off to Anaheim, as they have won 5 in a row. And as well, we have San Jose Sharks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. So those are the games for tonight. Kyle Davidson has been hired as the Chicago Blackhawks general manager, as he took over the role in an interim basis after Stan Bowman has stepped down back on October 26th. So Davidson, he joined the hockey operations as an intern in the summer of 2010. He's worked a number of roles during his 12 seasons with the Chicago Blackhawks. In 2018, he was named assistant to the general manager, and last offseason was promoted to the assistant general manager of hockey operations for that. There as well. One of the names on the trade block right now has been Philip Forsberg, and of course, he's expected to be an unrestricted free agent. Of course, he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year, and David Poile says they are not trying to trade Philip Forsberg. They're trying to sign Philip Forsberg. But he says both sides want it to happen, but it hasn't happened. He says he's not trying to trade Forsberg. He's trying to sign. He spoke in an interview at 102.5 the game in Nashville. He says, as of today, I can tell you clearly we are trying to sign Philip Forsberg. There as well. The other news going on here, we talked about the Flames here, just signed Rory Kairns to a contract. He is a 6th round pick here for here, as we'll just pull up his stats. A 3-year entry-level contract, 33 goals, 84 points in 50 games with the Sioux Greyhounds in the OHL this season. And as well, some other things going on in the terms of, we talked about this last night, the things that are going on with the in terms of the situation with the IIHF and Russia. Russia has responded. And this is a tweet from Chris Peters in a statement responding to losing the 2023 World Junior Championships hosting rights and his teams being banned from competition. The Russian Hockey Federation says the IIHF decision is discriminatory and contrary to the spirit of sport. The Russian Hockey Federation disagrees with the decision and it's reserved its right to appeal. As while the IIHF is in one piece, many member nations have already announced separately that they will not compete against Russian teams at any tournament until further notice. They can appeal all they want. They still won't find credible opponents willing to play them. That is a tweet from Chris Peters regarding that as well. And the other thing here in terms of some news around the women's hockey here, there is another tweet from Chris Boda of the NHL. Expect a new women's pro hockey league to begin play later this year. The PWHPA-led league will feature Olympians plus other top players. Major brands and networks are partnering, and there will be strong support from select NHL teams. And it's also, and this was discussed as well on the 32 Thoughts intermission with Jeff Merrick, the PWHPA and Pittsburgh Penguins are expected to announce they're presenting a U.S.-Canada game in Pittsburgh at Olympic Rematch in March. So some good, exciting news for the NHL, for women's hockey, as well. And we also, today is a day that the NHL can sign overagers for next season. And one of them has been signed, and it's it is the Henry Rabinski from the Seattle Thunderbirds. He's 6'2", 185 pounds, right shot forward, 18 goals, 36 assists in 39 games for the Seattle Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds, by the way, are in action tonight in a fourth place showdown with the Kelowna Rockets. The Rockets, with their win on Sunday, got into the fourth place in the Western Conference. So that rematch is tonight as they play the second of those two games as well. In terms of WHL news here, as mentioned, there is a couple of games. We've got the Rockets and the Thunderbirds, as well as the Red Deer Rebels are in action against the Medicine Hat Tigers at Co-op Place in Medicine Hat. Sean had an opportunity, by the way, to watch Connor Bedard. We discussed that on the podcast yesterday. And as well, we had that as well. And we'll have, of course, Liz Child has done a write-up on Braden Holt. She's been interviewing goaltenders. She has a write-up on Braden Holt as well on WHL on Area 51. And we'll just finally touch on the players of the month. Connor Bedard of the Regina Pats is player of the month. He had 26 points during the month of February. That led all WHL skaters. And Carl Tetachuk from the Moose Jaw Warriors was named goaltender of the month. He had a 12.28 goals against average, .952 save percentage over 7 February outings. So that is the news for today. Again, you can follow us individually. Sean Beardy, Canucks03 on Twitter. Tyler, TNOBLE. Devin Gordhowe 09. Christian Schneidz, SCHNEIDZ. I am KEVOLE. Also follow us Twitter, Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you get your podcasts, as well as check us out on the Area 51 Sports Network as well. We're back tomorrow with Flames Talk, as Devin, Sean, and I will be chatting about the Calgary Flames and other things going on in the NHL. But keep an eye out for that. And thanks, everyone, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.